Hier is Radio Nederland, het internationale programma van het Happy Station, La Estación de la Alegría.
Zoals iedere zondag om deze tijd kunt u ook nu weer luisteren naar Edward Starts.
In the late 20s, Holland started broadcasting international radio programs on shortwave.
Hello, everybody everywhere. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. You're listening to Holland, the Netherlands, Radio Nederland, the international program of the Happy Station.
That was Edward Starts, the multilingual Dutch announcer who began his Happy Station show in 1928. Tom Meyer succeeded him in 1970. On the 19th of November 1978, exactly 50 years later, Radio Nederland, the Dutch world broadcasting system, celebrates in a unique way. 8:30 in the Dutch morning, the first in a series of continuous live broadcasts presented simultaneously in many languages.
Hearing me say at the beginning of this festive day, we don't have too many vocalists in the building as yet. I, at this point, am the only one who can try and sing this song. Sous le ciel de Paris, and that means under the skies of Paris.
In the main hall, in studios and control rooms, many people are at work. Engineers, announcers, producers and artists. Presenters and announcers running up and down from one location to another.
You will be hearing more music by Joop Reynolds, his quartet and real singers. And right now, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to pull our first trick. And I would like to hand you, ladies and gentlemen, to a colleague of mine, beautiful Indra, who is going to tell you in Indonesian what our next musical group is going to play for you. Okay, Indra, take it.
Terima kasih. Dan para pendengar sekalian, kami undang sekarang Anda untuk menikmati sajian pertama dari combo Case Small.
Things are getting to be more improvised any minute. What was the name of this beautiful piece? Nobody knows. The Trouble I've Seen. ¿Qué será? ¿Qué será? Será, amigos oyentes, y esa es una verdad muy vieja, y de verdad que será, será. I have for you, ladies and gentlemen, not only a surprise, but it was a surprise for me. In the audience, I saw Mrs. Carter. Mrs. Carter is also a listener, and here she is. She comes all the way from India to be here today. Mrs. Carter, not only are you a Happy Station listener of today, you are also a Happy Station listener of years gone by. When did you start to listen?
In 1935, when I got my first radio.
In 1935, can you imagine when Happy Station was only 7 years old, you started listening?
Live on the air, Hurry, hurry to yet another location. Will he make it on time? The show must go on. Another artist, another language.
Et pourtant, poète, poète mon ami, es-tu certain d'avoir raison? Au plus profond des terres, n'y a-t-il pas aussi des villes? N'as-tu pas entendu parler de Bamako, de Ouagadougou, de Niamey, de Kinshasa, de Nairobi, de Bangui, de N'Djamena, et j'en passe. Ces villes, n'est-ce pas là aussi l'Afrique? Sinon, dis-moi, l'Afrique, mais où est-elle?
Francis Bébé, thank you very much. Merci bien. We continue with the Happy Station Show, your Sunday family show of smiles across the miles. Today in a very excited mood here in studio.
Although the engineers can stay in one place, their job is equally complicated. Live radio requires fantasy and a talent for improvising. And when people sing together, as Tom Meyer does with his visiting artists, many things can go wrong.
Didn't I say? Didn't you say? Didn't we say? Didn't who say? Didn't you just board an ocean liner, fancy meeting you here? Didn't we agree that our affair was too frantic? It's friendship, friendship, just a perfect blendship. When other friendships have been forgate, ours will still be great. The overture is about to start. You cross your fingers, you hold your heart. It's curtain time and away we go. Another opening of another show. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, and that's so beautiful about this kind of happening.
Memuja seorang wanita bernama Yolanda. Is dat zo? Ga je gang.
Everything is done by volunteers, not only on the programming side, but also the catering, the serving, the cleaning, the logistics, so to speak, to make this a perfect day for Radio Nederland and its many visitors.
I appointed years ago Tom Meyer as the successor of Edward Starts. Well, it was really only a hunch. I had an intuition that he had style enough to remain in the lines and in the framework of the tradition of the Happy Station. Well, he has given the program its own personality, the stamp of its own personality, and I think that my hunch proved justified. Thank you very much, all the more for this great occasion.
Thank you very much, Mr. Steensa. I know that some people feel that Radio Nederland was incorporated into the Happy Station. I also know that some listeners seem to think that the organization is called Happy Station and that this is just another program. It's not true. It's Radio Nederland and the show is called Happy Station, but
Exactly.
Radio Nederland is a Happy Station.
Well, I hope so, yes. And if people try to twiddle their knobs a little more today, they might find out there are quite a lot of other sections at Radio Nederland who are broadcasting, because we'll go on till, I think, 7 o'clock tonight. So.
Yes, well, let's not talk about that, because that gives us the creeps. But anyway.
Not at all.
¿Qué vas a cantar?
I will wait for you.
Will you really?
¿Cómo se llama esto en español?
Te esperaré.
Te esperaré.
Sí,
te
pues
esperaré.
te esperaré. Y en este caso tú tendrás que esperar un momentito, porque nosotros tenemos unas 3 horas antes de que nos podamos ver. Muchas gracias.
Hasta luego.
Pia Beck, I will wait for you.
Tarinya asli memang menawan, kalau tidak selendang Bali, selendang pelangi bolehlah juga. Kalau tidak kenang sekali, kenang sedikit ada jua.
Hoe lang ik het doe? In jaren gemeten is het nu 9 jaar. Ik heb 9 jaar geleden het Happy Station programma van mijn voorganger overgenomen, de oprichter Eddie Stars, die het 41 jaar gedaan had. We hebben altijd veel reacties van de Antillianen, en niet alleen de Antillianen natuurlijk, en daar bedoel ik ook de bovenwinden mee, die willen we nou niet vergeten, net zoals eerder vandaag gebeurde.
Tom, moet je horen.
Ik hoor.
Ik weet dat ons werk uit woorden bestaat en we weten hoe belangrijk woorden zijn, maar het is toch ook fijn om die woorden eens een keertje in daden te kunnen omzetten. Ik zeg het niet alleen, ik doe het ook. Ik geef je een kusje.
En ik geef iedereen terug.
Paramaribo, 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 Paramaribo. Paramaribo, Paramaribo, Paramaribo.
Through this unprecedented cooperation of so many people, through this togetherness seldomly seen before, it was indeed a perfect day. The 19th of November 1978, when Radio Nederland celebrated the golden anniversary of its Happy Station show.